Why do women try to change men instead of being happy with the 80-20% that they get? Basically 80% good, 20% negative.
Good question, and I see it so often. I actually just gave this advice to a young person not too long ago. I think we just get in the habit of being fixers. A lot of us are moms, so we're the problem solvers, we're doctors, lawyers, everything. And so we get used to fixing things, and a lot of times we're not honest with the things that we don't like, and we try to change a person. We need to realize that that's not our purpose. So you need to decide, is this something that I want to put up with or not? Or if somebody's doing something that you don't like, are you having that conversation, and it's up to that person to change and not you try to change them, because it never works out. It doesn't work. You're going to end up frustrated, unhappy, and it could potentially end your relationship. So you need to decide, is this something that I can live with or not? So you can never, I don't believe you can ever change anybody. It's up to them to want to make the change. So if you are in a relationship and that's what your goal is, hang it up. It's not going to happen.
So I think this is the issue of value systems. And I think it comes into play often in relationships, and people don't pay attention to it. Because when you say 80-20, a lot of guys are counting 80% that sometimes the women aren't. Like they feel like, oh, this is good, that is good, this is good, that is good, so it should outweigh these other things. But the problem is, the things that you're giving all this credence to and saying this is good, that is good, the women are like, man, I can live without it. It's sort of like 100 pennies and $10 bills, right? There's a lot more pennies when you have it. Like 100 pennies scattered sounds like a lot, but the value on it isn't as high as the $1 bill. And so if you got $10 on one side and 100 pennies on the other side, you feel like, oh my God, look at all the pennies. Like, look at all these things, but each one of them only counts as 1 cent to the woman. And so she's looking like, if I could get him to do 2 of these things, it'll be twice those 100 pennies, $2 worth. 2 of the larger things, or the more significant, they are valued more. Just like that dollar is valued more than the pennies. To that woman, sometimes the things that we think are insignificant, they value it more, and so it matters more. So being comparable in your value systems makes a difference, because that 80-20 could look to her like 40-60. You know, it may not be weighed as 80-20 to her. So I think it's important to have those conversations about values and what is so significant. What are the significant things that you need done? What are the significant things that I'm not doing? And how can we work together to make sure that everyone's getting the things that they value the most, getting those things taken care of in a relationship.